Alright, back to town. So as promised, I'm going to run over here and show you guys this Plymouth Scamp on the car lot over here. If it's still here, it was here yesterday. You never know, the guys from Gas Monkey Garage or one of those places may have come down and swooped it up. May have given them every penny they were asking for. This town got a grant to put in all these street lights. Well, they put in a bunch of them, didn't they? And those curbs. I never see anybody walking up and down them. How many street lights you got to put down through here? Well, they put them all in, I guess. Yep, it's there. We'll just go this way. This is another expensive car lot here. That's all there are here is just expensive car lots. Alright, let's get out. Should be closed today, so hopefully nobody will interfere with my video. If they do, just tell them we're making it for a friend who's interested in it, and that's you guys. Okay, so walked around this thing yesterday. 74. That color looks like that same brown that 75 Duster I had was. So first of all, let's see. It's gonna be hard to see, but the VIN tells us this is a 74 Plymouth Scamp with a slant 6 in it, built in St. Louis. And it looks pretty original so far. The piece of trim's banged up right there. That'll have to be fixed or replaced. It's got some rust starting back here. It's pretty common. Dent right here. Looks like the fillers are mostly still behind the bumper. That's pretty good. The piece of trim is banged up. It's got a big dent in it. The bumper's got to be re-chromed. This all has to, you know, if you're going to restore one, it's all got to be fixed. It costs money. And this quarter panel over here is worse. It's got rust in the exact same places that 68 had before I fixed it, and that's just because there's drains behind these things. There's plugs put in the back of there's a outer quarter and an inner quarter that's in that way there, obviously, and the inner quarter has these little plugs with a drain in them, which stupidly were above the lowest level of the quarter panel in there, and then they get plugged up and they don't drain. Nobody cleans them out, I guess. So this piece of trim, this rocker trim, looks pretty good. They also get crud up in the fenders right there if you don't clean it out. And that's one of those high performance 2002 Tahoes that just took off. And then it rots them out. Looks like the filler is gone behind the bumper here. I have one of those, as a matter of fact. Been hanging on to. Turn signal's faded. Here it is, $7,500 for this thing. Let's say that to the end. I'll give you the back. Sorry for anybody that was down with the iPhone as far as making videos. So if somebody's taking off the original wipers, like I'll do. It's got a big black in it right here. Oh, something going on here, but these got lead in them right here, so that may not be anything major. But here's the big thing about this car. It had a vinyl top on it, and obviously it no longer has a vinyl top. It is rusty. See, there's rust here. Looks like the rust over here. windshield seal doesn't look too good either. It's doing something, coming apart or something there. But that's what happens with these things, they trap moisture. And somebody has come along, I can see somebody has bondoed this and tried to fill in that big gap that like my blue car has on it. But look, all the bubbling under it. Right here. A hole there. A hole there. It's got holes all the way across over there. All the way along that window chip. It's got a hole here. I can see right there. That's a hole all the way through it right here. It's got stuff in here. So somebody has come along and took the cheap way out, and they bondoed this top up. You can see the interior. It's got stains on it. This thing has green seats in it. I wonder why that is. It's not got a green interior. Here again, same deal. Got rust. Got cracks in the bondo. Got a hole right there. So I can promise you this whole entire top is junk. Why didn't you just stomp it and interrupt my video some more? So somebody's put different seats in. Got a bench seat, which I can almost bet you that it had a split bench in it, and somebody took the split bench out because you can't get a poster for these anymore. You can get the split bench poster, but not these. Got a good dash pad on it. That looks good. I'm not gonna bother getting underneath it because this is probably a southern car. It doesn't look like it really has any rust except for the usual spots on it. So there you go, $7,500. I've got a 4-door that's solid, more solid than this, advertised for sale. Not less than that, and then got to buy it. Sorry for the width of this one. So anyway, it's not a terrible car, but that top has to be replaced. Yeah, the interior looks normal. The headliner is drooping, obviously, because it has water coming through it. $7,500 car, and they couldn't even spend the money to put a lens on the dome light. See, move you back in the truck, and I'll give some closing comments here about this. Now this is going to be kind of harsh, and all the places like this do is polish turds, okay? Because that car, you know, it's a good enough car if you're out for an ambitious restoration project, but it needs a lot of work. It may not look like it, and you could drive it like it is, but you know, the top is coming apart on it, the physical metal top, and that's an expensive repair to do that. And so somebody's just out here fishing with it, you know, and see if somebody will give them what they want for it just because it's a 2-door. But it's like I said, it's a kind of rough car. It's got defects in all the places it could have one. I mean, I see a dent in the fender or something going on right here. So, you know, several areas of this car are dented up. So it's got to be taken down. So, you know, and painted and restored if you want to do it right. But let me give you the roadmap about this car. If you weren't really concerned about doing it right, and you weren't really concerned about having something to be proud of after you did it, see, here's what you would do. And I've seen a lot of these cars done this way, and I've seen one on the internet recently. And so I just kind of, in case you're wondering how you do it, let me explain it to you. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to yank that slant 6 out, because no self-respecting dude is going to drive a car with a slant 6 in it, not like that. And then you're going to find some used V8 and paint it some crazy color and put some chrome valve covers and a big oversized intake and oversized carburetor and some headers on it, even though it's still a puny 140 horsepower at 318 under it. And then you're going to paint the engine compartment black. You're going to take all the air conditioning components off of it and throw them away, because two reasons for that. Number one, who needs air conditioning on a hot rod, right? And then secondly, you're either too damn cheap, or you just don't even try to understand how air conditioning works, or try to, get it going again or anything like that. So that's what that'll happen with. That's how that'll go. And then the next thing you'll do is you'll scuff it up, sand it down, find somebody to put a cheap coat of paint on it. And just remember, there's only 3 colors that you can paint one of these. You have to paint them either bright green, bright yellow, or orange. And also make sure you paint all the trim the same color and all the bumpers the same color, because that's the cheapest way to deal with bumpers that need to be re-chromed, is just paint them, correct? And then, just that interior, I don't know, what would you do with that interior? I guess the thing to do with the interior is just leave it alone, since it's there and you can sit on it. Just leave it in there, even though it won't match the rest of the car. That's the cheapest and easiest way to deal with it, because interiors are expensive, probably about $1,200 to put a full interior in it, and to find some bucket seats in the console. That stuff is unbelievably expensive now, so of course you don't have the budget for that. So we're just going to leave the interior with a bench seat in it, even though none of it matches. We're going to take some, to address those probably potential window leaks and those seals, we're just going to take some sealant and seal up the seals with sealant. Don't pull the glass out, whatever you do, because you might have to do more work if you do that. And those gauges in there, here's the thing too, if some of them don't work or some of them do crazy stuff, we always want to make sure that we're not going to try to figure out how to fix them. We're just going to pull them out. We're going to make some cheapo looking gauge panel and put in some cheapo gauges and call it good. And make sure you put a tack in there somewhere. Strap it to the steering column. If the wipers don't work, don't worry about it. You just won't drive during the rain. And just like I said, just get a cheap coat of paint on it, and then put some cheap muffler bent dual exhaust on it. And call it good. Then double the price on it. If you pay $5,000 for this thing, which you wouldn't, but if you had to pay $5,000, then you do all that, it's got to be worth at least more than that, maybe $15,000. Even though this thing is going to be a total wreck underneath that new coat of paint, and everybody that ever looks at it after you deal with it is going to see every shortcut you ever took on it, like the dome light lens. Those dome light lenses, I don't even know if they're $10 to replace those, but somebody didn't do it. So, and paint the grill black, make sure, because otherwise you have to spend time and effort to restore that grill the right way. So that's how you do it. That's the roadmap to fixing up this car here. If you wonder about it, if you weren't sure if you're going to have to do any of that, that's what you'll have to do. And then you'll be the proud owner of the biggest POS, devalued Plymouth Scamp that there is. Because I'm telling you what, if I go, I'm careful about investments, but there's one thing I can't restrain myself from spending money on, is a car like this that somebody got into and hacked up. I love them. Why would I want a car that's all put together and was done correctly and has all the pieces still there and is a beautiful car? Why would I want that? That's just stupid. I want something that somebody has put their own stamp of idiocy on beforehand. So I have to go back through it, which I'm not going to do because I don't want to. And, I'd have to go back through it and fix it. I've already had plenty of those kind of cars. So anyway, guys, so I'll show you this thing. If you want it, here it is. This place is called, where their sign is. It's called K&E Auto Sales. And you can Google that here in my little town. So go to the bank, get your money, get your cash, bring a trailer. I'm gonna need it.